guys, so this is my testimonial for the HFA V2. I've had it for about maybe 2 weeks now. I ordered it back when I got like all three of them, but they were in such high demand that they took a little bit more time for them to ship out. I finally got mine. I've had it for a couple weeks, so now I'm ready to give a testimonial on it. So one of the first things I kind of noticed is that they have just a nice kind of more calming feel. Where I drive is I live in the North Shore, about 25 miles north of downtown Chicago in Illinois, and it's just it's in a suburban area. I've driven both on the highway going downtown and also mainly in the suburbs. A little bit of city driving. It can still feel like city driving when it's a lot of traffic around, like 3 o'clock to rush hour time. I noticed that the first thing I noticed was more the fact that just there's a more calm feeling, and especially with this area, there's been a lot of foolish drivers. I like to say, I don't judge. I just say that sometimes there's a lot of anxiety in this part of the area, just because there's a lot of people who work in a lot of careers like lawyers, business execs, doctors, a lot more higher paying jobs, but comes along with more anxiety. It's also a lot of families, so there's also a lot of people trying to get their kids to their after school activities on time, things like that. But what I do is I wash windows, so I'm driving around all the time, and I also do go to school. So I do a lot of driving around the area, and I noticed that like the gas mileage, although my driving has been a bit more heavy on like the city driving, my gas mileage has not gone down as I would usually expect. That's one of the things. I did notice that it goes up quite quickly when I went back up on the highway, more so than usual. So that's one of the nice things. One of the other things too is that it seems to be slightly less congested whenever I'm driving, regardless of the time of day. So that's one of the nice pluses that I have from using the HFA V2. But one of the things that I was really looking forward to, and that Peter Shank was telling me about, was you get better parking spots. And you know what? Where I go to school, the parking lot seems like a war zone sometimes. People trying to get to school and to class on time, and it has been pretty much effortless in finding a parking spot where someone's going to just be pulling out right in the front row almost every single time. And that hasn't happened that consistently until I started using this device. So that's been a very nice thing about it. One of the things I was doing too as well is that I've been needing to get a lot of maintenance on my car, but it was mainly more for things that need to get replaced anyways over time. Normal wear and tear like tires, spark plugs. I'm going to get brakes and rotors soon. But what I'm doing right now is I was getting the HFA before to make sure that I can have it in the car ready. So right from the get-go with brand new products, I would be able to get, to have the best possible ability to have the HFA on my new products to help my car run more efficiently and right away, so that way it'd be as good as possible straight from the get-go. But yeah, like the main things were that like I noticed that the traffic's a little bit less congested. People aren't as crazy on the road around me. It's still a lot of traffic in the area, so I haven't had like a big bubble around me like some people say, but time will tell. And also, so like the main thing I'm getting is that you get better parking spots. The car does run a little bit more smoothly, I noticed, and that was even before I put in any of the spark plugs or any new maintenance tools in there. And then so it's parking spots. Let's see, just it runs a little bit better gas mileage, definitely. It takes a little bit of time for it to kind of like kick in a little bit, I think, but I think it's just because my driving habits were changing a little bit since I was doing an activity that was going downtown once a week, and it didn't happen for a while. But the gas mileage definitely was better than it could have been, and like I have a calmer feeling when I'm driving. So, which to me is probably the most important thing. I mean, I also have my HFA Mini, and that doesn't hurt. But I think that people are just a little bit less aggressive driving around me, and I think that that's also one of the nice things. So, and one of the things that Peter Shank mentioned was that you'd get like less static if you're using the stereo. But I haven't necessarily noticed much of a difference with that. But the truth to be told is that the sound system in my car would rival ones that you see at like a sound system auto show. So I already have an extremely upgraded stereo for my car. Being a musician, I love music, so that I didn't notice too much of a difference, to be honest. But at the same time, it doesn't mean it's not working like that. So I just want to give you the HFA V2 testimonial, and I'll be sure to look at my other testimonials for the HFA Mini and the HFA Home.